From the News Channel 5 Network, this is Inside Politics.
Hello, everyone. I'm News Channel 5's political analyst, Pat Nolan. Welcome to Inside Politics. The 2014 elections are over, and preparation and organizing now begins for the new 109th Tennessee General Assembly, which will begin its work come January. The Nashville delegation has some new faces in it, and they are our guests today on Inside Politics. They are State Representatives-Elect, and next to me is John Ray Clemmons and Bill Beck. Next to him is State Senator-Elect Jeff Yarbro. Gentlemen, thank you all for being on the show, and congratulations on your election.
Thank you for having us. Glad to be here.
Now, you haven't been sworn in yet, but has your life and daily routine, John Ray, already begun to change?
Well, just a little bit. You know, the campaign trail was pretty busy, so it was sun up to sundown and even beyond that. So it's we're just going to continue that schedule.
Now, Bill, you've been a political activist, as all the others have as well, for a number of years, but now you're not just a candidate, you're the elected official. Has that sunk in yet? When did you get your aha moment that, hey, I really did win this after all the months on the campaign trail?
Wednesday during orientation at the Legislature, when I was sitting on the floor of the House of Representatives, it hit me that this is really a big thing, and I've really gotten over the mountain.
Jeff, who's the first person to call you senator?
The first person that called me senator was my wife, Tyler.
Did you respond? Did you know that she was talking to you?
No.
Now, what about your kids? Y'all have children, or are they impressed? You know, sometimes it's hard for dads to impress their kids. Now, you've got babies, so they probably are not really aware of what's going on.
Well, I have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old also who were very aware that they were on the TV commercials, and they feel like they're
so their friends think they're
celebrities.
cool anyway because they're on TV.
Yeah, they're popular at school these days.
Bill, you have a college-age daughter?
Yes, she's graduating Belmont this December, and it's very hard to impress your children in college. But she has finally gotten the win that her dad is state representative. She's very proud, and I'm just thrilled that she's worked with me in the campaign.
Jeff, what about your kids?
I have a little boy who's a kindergartner at Sylvan Park Elementary. He turned 6 this month, actually, and I think he's just happy that the campaign's over and to have Dad back home more.
Now, speaking of having more time or less time, being a Tennessee lawmaker is a part-time job in terms of pay, but a full-time job in terms of responsibilities. You're not in office yet, but are you already seeing that, John? Are you already getting those calls from constituents saying, I want this, this, and this done?
I am. In fact, I already had a constituent meeting in the Speaker's office earlier this week, and luckily my law office is just down the street from the Capitol, so I can bounce back and forth, but I already feel the pressure coming.
Bill, orientation, you said, has already started. What kind of things did you do up there when you were on the Hill?
We went through all the HR type things, and we also, the Speaker came to tell us how she wanted us to, our decorum and to act and to proceed, and also the Governor and the Secretary of State and all the officials.
Now, Jeff, has the Senate begun its orientation as well?
The Senate orientation is not until December, but I was in the office this week and started responding to constituent emails and calls, and actually ended up having a meeting with Speaker Ramsey.
You've all been assigned an office at this point. I know you're all in the War Memorial Building, not in the plaza.
Well, we're in the plaza, actually, and we've been assigned temporary offices, but we'll move again once the Speaker's elected.
Now, Jeff, Senator Henry has had a suite of offices in War Memorial. Do you want that office, or are you just going to take what's assigned?
I'm happy with whatever. So I'll be in Senator Henry's suite of offices until the session convenes and is reorganized, and I think they'll reassign offices then, and I'm sure we'll get at least a broom closet or a booth at the cafeteria.
Now, Bill, have you got your eye on any particular office up there, or you'll just take what they give you at this point?
The Speaker assigns the offices, so we'll wait and see what the Speaker puts.
Does it help being a Nashville representative since Beth Harwell is too? Does that help?
I think it's more seniority, and I think since we're low on the totem pole.
Now, usually rookies, all three of you, are seen but not heard like children. Is that the way you're going to be, or are you going to be a little louder, Jeff? You're particularly a minority in the Senate with only 5 Democrats.
In the Senate, the Democratic caucus is going to have 5 members, 3 of whom are new, and so I don't think that the three of us can sit on our hands and be quiet for the whole session to watch and learn. So I think there's a little bit more of a need to get up to speed quickly and start being active as soon as you can.
Now, in addition to the pay you receive, you also get per diem funds. All the lawmakers do when they come to town, particularly during session, to go to committee meetings, or when they commute back and forth and they have to stay in town, particularly from other parts of the state. Local lawmakers are eligible for the per diem as well. This is a touchy subject for local lawmakers, but I want to ask each one of you, are you planning to take the per diem, or what are you going to do with it, John Ray?
Well, actually, the law changed. So within 50 miles, it's a different setup for the per diem.
And you won't be receiving it at all, or
I think there's a gas mileage, I believe. They went over this in orientation. I didn't suck much of it in, to be honest with you. But no, I drive downtown to work every day, so I don't think driving downtown to go between my office and the plaza is any special deal. So I don't think I'll be taking that per diem.
Bill, I suspect in some ways that might be a relief. This has sort of been a persistent issue for anybody running for office and locally to say, well, there's something bad, they take this per diem and they stay at home every night, they don't stay in a hotel. So it was always kind of a booger bear for those people to have to deal with.
It's definitely been a sticky wicket, and to refer to what John Ray was saying, we get 47 cents a mile from our doorstep, so I'm 5.5 miles. So it's not going to be much. It's not going to be much of a stipend during the session.
Jeff?
I mean, I think that they're right. They have changed the law to sort of accommodate that for the fact that people that live within 50 miles of the capital don't need the same type of per diem that people that are driving in from elsewhere, and I think that's probably a good change.
Okay, let's take a break. We're talking with the new members of the Nashville delegation coming up for the 109th Tennessee General Assembly in January. They are Bill Beck, John Ray Clemmons, and Jeff Yarbro. Two of those are state representatives. Jeff Yarbro is the state senator-elect. We'll continue our conversation to talk about the many issues they'll be facing come January when the legislature begins. Back to continue that conversation after this message.